All right, hello everyone. This is Anna Rita Meeker, and I'm the Assistant Dean of Graduate Studies at Merrimack College. And today what I'm going to be discussing with you is just an overview of the graduate programs that we offer at Merrimack College. So I have a short presentation available for all of you. Again, I'm not sure, this is my first time using Brazen, so I don't know if you have an opportunity to ask questions during this session or if you need to save all of your questions for the next booth when you get to meet with representatives from Merrimack. I'm trying to assess if everyone can hear me. If you can't, hopefully there is a way for you to let me know so that we can assist you if there is an issue. In the meantime, I'm going to start sharing the presentation. Again, if at any time during the presentation you're not able to view the presentation or you're not able to see me, just let me know. All right, so here we're sharing screen. All right, so again, I want to welcome all of you to Merrimack College's information session. We are thrilled to be here supporting the Mass Society of CPAs. Just a little bit about myself. I've worked in accounting in some capacity and or in higher education as it relates to accounting and management for a number of years. I started my professional career at PricewaterhouseCoopers, working in their tax department. Sort of started under the Coopers & Lybrand umbrella and then with PwC for a year post the merger. And then I've been in higher education since 1998. Seems kind of crazy that it's been that long, and have been at Merrimack College for the last 2 years. With Merrimack, I run all things graduate. So my focus is to work with candidates who are interested in the Master of Science in Accounting program and also our Master of Science in Management program, which are the only 2 graduate programs that we offer in the business school at Merrimack. So hopefully you'll find the information session informative. In our next booth, I will have Mary Joan Potman, who's an accounting professor here at Merrimack. She also has a ton of industry experience, and the 2 of us have been affiliated with the Mass Society of CPAs for a number of years. And then I will have Kara Cahill, who's my graduate fellow. Kara is a current student in the Master of Science in Management program, and so we're just here to help answer questions. I am going to host this portion of the presentation, then I have to step out for a bit and leave you in the hands of MJ and Kara so that I can go to Merrimack's virtual booth and host their information session today. So it's just kind of a busy Friday. All right, so welcome. So what we're going to do here is start first by speaking about the MSN Accounting, which is a program that Merrimack has had in its portfolio of programs since 2014. So in 2014, we actually launched our MSA as an on-campus program, and we had that on-campus program in existence through present day. Then in January of 2019, we launched an online version of said program, and effective spring 2021, which is January 2021, we're actually going to be offering the program 100% online. So here's the curriculum. Sorry about that. It's just an opportune time for recycling to come through the community. So here we are, the MSA program at 100% online. We've actually broken down the curriculum into 3 different segments based on your undergraduate background. So judging from the fact that you're here today with the MSCPA, it's my assumption that most of you are accounting majors. But if you're business majors or if you're non-business, non-accounting majors, we actually have a curriculum map that each of you can follow. So the accounting majors follow a 32 credit curriculum see here on screen. So we have 18 credits of core courses, and those core courses are designed to encompass a variety of different advanced areas of accounting. So we've integrated into those core taxation of business entities because it's our assumption that all of you have taken an introductory taxation course as part of your undergraduate curriculum. And if you haven't, then instead of taking taxation of business entities, we will replace it with introduction to federal taxes. We have contemporary issues in accounting, which is our version of an advanced accounting course. What that course is designed to do is to cover a variety of updates and, again, contemporary issues, anything that's going on in the accounting industry and the accounting profession. It's designed to integrate accounting research, FASB codification, any sort of changes to any type of standards and rules that might be going on at that point in time. We have a business communications course, Effective Managerial Communication, our professional skills course, which is a proficiency in Excel course, ethics in the accounting profession, and then a new course to our curriculum, accounting analytics, which we're really excited about, and we're hoping that Professor Potvin will be able to teach that course in the future. Accounting analytics is really designed to encompass some of the new material and new content that is going to be tested on the CPA exam in the near future. But in addition to that, it's really to give accounting majors in particular that insight into software and tools and platforms that are going to be used in the profession, among many other things. Then we also have 14 credits of electives. And as an accounting major, you are able to select 12 credits of electives in a specific area of concentration. The 3 concentrations we have are business analytics, taxation, and within taxation, you can choose personal tax or corporate tax, depending on your interest, and then forensic accounting. Now, in spring of 2021, we are looking at developing a new concentration in small business accounting, so that is just something that's coming down the pipe. I do want to stress, however, that the 12 credit concentration in taxation is not designed to be an MS in taxation. There are very specific programs of that nature that are deeply embedded in tax. Here with these 12 credits of taxation, we're really giving you an overview in a variety of different tax areas, but giving you that opportunity to focus your electives in that area of interest. Similar with forensics, this is not an MS in forensics. It's just an opportunity to give you 12 credits in that area should you be interested in pursuing that specific track in that auditing function or whatever it may be. Then if you are a business major, we have a slightly different curriculum because as a business major, you may or may not have taken any accounting courses and therefore wouldn't likely have some of the prerequisite accounting that you would need, number 1, to qualify for the CPA exam and licensure, but number 2, just to have that fundamental understanding of what is entailed in a Master of Science in Accounting. So the courses for a business major, very similar to what you will see if you are a non-accounting, non-business major, is that your core is going to focus on that introduction to federal tax, that auditing background, that intermediate accounting background. Again, as an accounting major, you would have taken all of those courses, but as a business major, probably not. So financial reporting and analysis 1 and 2 are the equivalent of intermediate accounting 1 and 2 at the undergraduate level, stepped up to be graduate level coursework. Professor Potvin has taught both of those courses, and they're definitely a step up in graduate level style courses, but designed to give you conceptually what you need to understand intermediate accounting 1 and 2. Introduction to federal income taxation we have in this curriculum because, again, as a business major, you probably haven't taken a tax course, so we make sure that we give you that content coverage. An auditing course, which is a requirement for CPA licensure. And then we also provide in this curriculum a requirement for you to take accounting information systems, business law, ethics in the accounting profession, along with business communication and that Excel technology course. So what is also a little bit different for the business major is that your electives or the number of elective credits you have is a little bit smaller than what the accounting major can take. So while you can't complete a full concentration as a business major, you can take your 8 credits of electives in either taxation or forensic accounting. Now, if you add 4 additional credits, you can actually complete a full concentration, but you are not required to add on the extra credits if you don't want to. We are requiring business majors to focus their electives in accounting because, again, you will have had a ton of business credits as part of your undergraduate, so we really want your Master of Science in Accounting to be heavily focused in that accounting area. So then our last curriculum here is the curriculum for non-accounting, non-business majors. And you'll notice that this curriculum has a slightly different number of credits altogether. So the other two maps were at 32 credits. This curriculum is a 38 credit curriculum. And the reason for it is because as a non-accounting, non-business major, you haven't taken any, for the most part, of the accounting prerequisites that you need. There's a percentage of accounting credits that you're required to have to qualify for CPA licensure. What you need is 18 credits of accounting and 18 credits of business, and that's just at a minimum. So with our curriculum, we just created a 38 credit curriculum to give you finance concepts amongst the other courses, and then to also give you some opportunity to take 6 credits in an area of business that you might find interesting. So again, here it's business electives, not accounting electives, because we give you a lot of accounting as part of your core. So that's our MSA in a nutshell. Now, from an application perspective to the program, I often get questions around testing requirements and what is part of the application. So Merrimack is a regionally accredited college. For those of you that don't know where we are in North Andover, Massachusetts. And when you are applying to graduate school, you are not required to take the GMAT or the GRE. That's a question that often comes up. If any of you have passed any parts of the CPA exam, because in some cases students will take the exam before they start their 150-hour program, we will certainly take the fact that you've passed parts of the CPA exam into consideration when you are applying to the program. If you do set up an appointment to meet with me, either via Zoom or over the phone, we will waive your personal statement. So we try to make your application process pretty easy and pretty straightforward. There's 2 letters of recommendation that you need to complete and basically an updated resume. And the reason we ask for your resume is if you are in the position where you are not employed coming into the program, then having a resume and knowing a little bit about your background gives us an opportunity to assess whether or not there are employment opportunities that perhaps you might qualify for. Again, while there's no formal career services built into the program, MJ and I in particular are extremely connected to the industry, very connected to the MSCPA. And if anyone in our online programs needs that sort of element of career services, we are more than happy to support you in that area. So as we move forward, let's talk just a little bit about the MSN Management program, to the extent that maybe you're looking at something other than accounting. Maybe you're investigating that MBA or the alternative to an MBA. Here's an option for you. And at Merrimack, our degree is a Master of Science in Management. That program right now, similar to MSA, is going 100% online starting in the spring of 2021. However, we are retooling and we are enhancing our existing on-campus program, and there will be some revisions to curriculum in the near future. So let's start first with our online curriculum if you are a business major. The business major would come into the program looking at degree completion of 32 credits, 12 credits of core, 20 credits of electives. So if you're coming into our MSM, the main questions I get is, what is the difference between an MSM and an MBA? And so the way that I articulate it is, an MSM is a degree where you have an opportunity to integrate customizable vignettes of courses and concentrations. So here, as a business major, we're not asking you to repeat all the fundamental business courses that you've already taken as an undergraduate, which is often what your first year of an MBA program looks like. Here, what we're doing is giving you 12 credits of core classes that we think are critical to success, not only in the curriculum, but also sort of with whatever management or even accounting career you're pursuing. So we're giving you that business communication course and that technology course that you saw in the MSA curriculum, but then also adding a business strategy course that focuses on trends and innovation and maintaining competitiveness in the market, along with applied statistics course. And the reason we put in applied statistics is that if you take a look at your electives, There's some analytics built in, and you'll find analytics is built into virtually every concentration that you see. So you do have an option with the MSM to complete 12 credits of business analytics, should that be an area of interest. There's organizational leadership, where you can take 12 credits there as well. Marketing management, quantitative and digital finance, along with strategic human resource management. And built into each of those 3 concentrations, there is a 4-credit analytics course. So in marketing, you will have a marketing analytics. In finance, we have an analytics sort of course embedded into some of the content that you see in some of the finance courses. And then in the strategic HR class, you actually will have HR analytics. So again, all sort of tied up into that prerequisite applied statistics. Now you'll see that I've only mentioned 12 credits as part of a concentration, yet you have 20 credits of electives if you're a business major. That means that you can take 8 credits in some other concentration. So if you were interested in organizational leadership, for example, and you took all 12 credits in leadership, you can then take 8 credits in analytics. And if you were interested in the full analytics curriculum, you only have to add 4 additional credits. And so instead of 32 credits, it's 36 credits, but you would graduate with 2 concentrations. So again, that Master of Science in Management, really designed to be that program that offers you that customizable opportunity, customizable vignettes of study. Now, if you are a non-business major, you still have an option of completing a concentration, but your core courses is a little bit deeper. So for someone who didn't study business, we felt it was necessary to give you more of that core business, because again, you might not have been exposed to accounting or to finance or to marketing. And so we add those competencies into the curriculum so that you have 20 solid credits of core classes to then add and stack on top of that a 12 credit concentration. So once you've completed those 20 credits of prerequisites, then the elective courses come next, and then you will have all of these skills that you need to jump into those electives, because you will have taken marketing if you're interested in marketing management. You will have completed finance if you're interested in a finance concentration. You will have done some element of leadership for the org leadership and the HR discipline. So really this curriculum designed to be a little bit heavier on core, so that you have an opportunity to really understand conceptually the 12 credits of electives that you're taking in your elective area. And then, as I mentioned, coming soon, there are some enhancements and revisions to our existing on-campus Master of Science in Management. There are more additional details coming down the pike. So if you really are looking at that more traditional on-campus experience, then stay tuned and hang tight. Remember though, on the MSA side, we are 100% online moving forward. So I just want to give you just one slide with a bunch of contact information here at Merrimack. First and foremost, how to reach me. So if at the conclusion of today's session, if we don't have an opportunity to connect with each other because you're either speaking to Kara or to MJ, you can certainly email me at any time. I work very closely with Megan Goddard over in the admissions area. So as you start working on that whole admissions process, Meg is our main contact. So sometimes you'll hear from me, sometimes you'll hear from Meg, so at least you know her name. We have a dedicated financial aid representative to all graduate students at Merrimack, and her name is Irene Rose. And then clearly, once you are a student at Merrimack, if there are any questions for registrar or for bursar, then we would work with it there. I will say one thing that really differentiates the Merrimack experience is that you are provided a guided advisor. I do work with each student as you walk into the program. MJ and I both get to know the students really well, because not only do I advise, I also teach in the program. She teaches in the program as well, so we get to know lots about you. And this is why we are able to support you in whatever it is that you might need through your academic journey. We are often the liaisons, me in particular. If you have issues to billing, or you have issues with the registrar, or you're not hearing from financial aid, but I know there have been a number of times where students have been in MJ's class and she'll come back at me and say, oh, hey, students are really looking about this or that. So we stay very closely connected. and we make sure that we're all communicating. I think what you'll hear if you choose to speak to Kara is what the current student experience is at Merrimack. Now, Kara is in our on-campus MSM, but she has chosen fully remote as her modality, as Merrimack for the on-campus programs has gone dual modality, so students do have the option to participate on campus if they want on campus or participate online, whereas my experience really lies more in that fully online capacity. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen at the moment. Let's see if I can successfully get back into the booth. I am not sure if this booth allows us to be interactive at all. So I don't know if you can ask any questions, but that concludes my portion of the presentation. Again, my first time using Brazen, so hopefully this was informative and you found it helpful. I also hope that you'll take some time to visit our booth with MJ and Kara so that you can get specific questions related to your situation answered, and that they can really advise you on the program and on content, and really helping to understand what your career goals are and which of our graduate programs might fit into that plan. So are there any questions? Okay, so at this point, I'm going to conclude this portion of the presentation. I will